Last time on Will Save. The plot thickens for our reluctant adventurers. As our crew set out to find answers to this perplexing chain of events, the group seems divided over the apparent direness of the situation. After a conversation with the first officer of the Chimera, Lozu, the crew begins to recharge in their quarters. After some good sleep and some hobgoblin mischief, Lozu stopped by to inform our adventurers of the disappearance of the security officer, Algiada. Just as Rick 19 reaches out to further question Lozu, the ship lights shut off. What new dangers are in store for our adventurers? Find out this time on Will Save.
You know, I was thinking lately. And by lately, I kind of mean right before we started recording. We were talking about how there was a time when you had to remember people's cell phone numbers. And it got me thinking.
You had to remember their cell phone numbers or just their numbers?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
They didn't
Good
even
point.
have a cell phone.
Yeah, yeah. What was a cell phone? It's like,
Hey,
it's
this
like
is
a car phone.
Reaching out to younger viewer or listeners, like they don't even know what we're talking about at this point. What do you mean not a cell phone?
This is prehistoric. Before history was written.
Yeah, we're talking about the days of flip phones.
Before flip
No, this is
phones.
before flip phones. This is landlines.
Yeah, this is just landlines.
This is the crappy
I remember
cordless that I had.
Landlines, yeah.
I remember the first cordless phone that we got. That was like battery operated hand thing.
Yeah, and you put it on a charger, like on the
and
thing
it could
next
only
to
be
the
10
couch.
feet away, or else
Yeah.
it starts losing.
Yeah.
And it had like 15 minutes of charge, maybe.
Yep.
Yep. And then you got yelled at when you lost it.
And the antenna you could hit somebody with because it was made of like hard
The whipcord.
metal. Yeah.
It wasn't just metal. It was
It
like
was like a car antenna.
You could stab someone with it for sure.
it was like coiled metal. So it was like the bumpers for your door. It would just like fling and spick. Like,
Speaking of cars, do you guys remember the phones that were actually wired into the car?
my cousin in
Yeah,
Utah
car phone.
had a car
Yeah.
phone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
big
my
thing.
mom had one too.
Well, now that we just lost like everyone who's under 21, so it's fine. They're not going to listen anymore.
It's like 28 now, I'm sure.
28.
Like,
That's 28. Yeah, that's true.
aging you.
good riddance.
No, it's
Wow,
fine.
so rude.
Oh, then now we
Wow.
can talk about
Wow.
the internet.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Think back to that time.
It's on RPG,
When did you
though.
start like doing video games, barrel rolls? Yeah, I don't know.
I grew up like I was original Master Race. So back pre-Windows 95, I was playing computer games. And I didn't have consoles growing up until like maybe the original PlayStation.
Same.
Yeah, but it was great. There was like Jill of the Jungle and like a bunch of like cool Jurassic Park games and one called Secret Agent.
Mine was an Xbox.
That was your first console? Was it an Xbox? Whoa,
Yeah.
that's intense.
Wow.
I
are you,
traded
like,
in for
12?
PS2, I think.
First
Yeah.
console for me. Video games for me were just kind of originally they were something that we got at daycare. We go to daycare every once in a while, and it was just you played like Donkey Kong on a PlayStation or Atari. I remember, one of them had an Atari. The first console I think I ever got was a Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
Game Boy
Oh,
Color,
yeah.
Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon
Oh, yeah.
Red.
Pokemon Yellow.
I did
Yeah.
have a Game Boy original.
I had the original Game Boy.
Me too.
Same.
Color.
Just saying.
My first system was actually
Wait, was a
Nintendo.
what, Kev?
The
The
original.
NES, Nintendo Entertainment.
Wow.
Not an
Yeah,
Atari.
those
I had a neighbor that had an Atari, we got the NES, and then we got a Sega shortly after that. A used Sega, mind you.
Sega. Oh, Sega Genesis.
You guys are rich.
Oh, yeah,
It's the original with Sonic the Hedgehog.
You guys were the rich kids, man.
Actually,
Playing Toe Jam and
Dude,
Earl
I
and
wish I-
Sonic.
Never got a Sega. They looked amazing.
Toe Jam and Earl. Oh, that game was my.
Yeah, classic.
And I
only played at neighbor friends' houses.
remember
Right.
when my neighbor
Same.
got PlayStation, and I was like, "What is this
Yeah.
PlayStation you're talking about?" And then I got one shortly after that. But
Dude, like the Sega.
and no, I wasn't rich, but
That's pretty good. Sonic the Hedgehog looked amazing.
Sonic, yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
great. It was great.
No, just go.
I was gonna say, like back to the role playing stuff was
Yeah.
like video. I grew up on video games. Video games were like my thing, and then also I was a huge wrestling fan all through like elementary school and middle school and even high school. And
Who
actually,
wasn't?
yeah, but being in a mobile home, we had our porches were like elevated, patios, and so
Yeah,
they,
so you're in a ring.
it was it was
Yeah.
a ring. And so we would all come.
You're in it,
like,
dude.
Our patio was empty, and so like we'd all go on the porch, and we would wrestle and power bomb and choke slam and all that stuff onto.
That is outrageous.
Yeah, we would. I always played Kane because he was my favorite.
Oh,
But that was another form of role playing. So
It
I
was.
didn't actually start
That's
playing.
fair.
I think I really channeled Macho Man Randy Savage.
oh God! I don't know anything about
I messed
wrestling.
with wrestling.
It's never too late, Kelly.
What, Will?
My first video game RPG experience was probably the first time I played. It depends what you really count, right? Like Mario's like an adventure game, right?
Totally.
But it's set.
There's not a lot of role play in Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it really maybe Zelda, but I would always just play it like at friends' houses, so it wasn't really like my own, right?
Mhm.
Like you would just be like, oh, I have to go get this item or whatever.
Right.
I think the first role-playing game, it was scary as shit because I think it was on PlayStation 2 and I was playing Resident Evil,
Oh yeah,
the first one.
that's
and it
PlayStation
was-
1.
What's that?
I think Resident Evil 1 was on PlayStation 1.
Oh, maybe it was on PlayStation. But
That
I
is scary.
remember I remember playing it in like my cousin's bedroom, basically with like all the lights off, and it was like a
Of course.
windy, cold night in Massachusetts with like all types of like creaks of this super old ass house. And like I was freaked the F out like the whole rest of the trip because I had just been like fighting zombies and undead people. Like I was probably like 13. I don't know.
I mean, that is, yeah. I was never a Resident Evil fan, but kind of for that reason. I was just like,
Yeah, Resident Evil came out on PlayStation in 1996.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was, 14.
I was, wow. Okay.
No, 16. I don't know. I can't do math. I played Muds. If you want to drop the 14.4 kilobaud modem, played multiplayer online dungeons, which were like Telnet dungeons.
Nice.
Some of them had like
But I never played D&D in person because I didn't have nerdy enough friends in real life.
What, Kelly?
I was gonna say some of the MUDs were like free of graphics. It was just like you had to it was like they were like text based,
Yeah.
right? Some of the early ones. That sounds cool.
Really?
Right. You just like type like go north.
With like choose your own adventure?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. But like online is really
I
cool.
kind of want to play that now.
If you look it up, MUD.
It's awesome.
We could just stream that. We all just play for like 15 minutes. We all just play that and see what happens.
That'd be great.
What about you, Nick? Or Kelly?
Go ahead, Nick.
I think my first experience with an RPG game, a true RPG game, not tabletop, but just RPG, was. And for any of you Star Wars fans out there, especially those Star Wars fans that played the original KOTOR, this is going to be an Infomnia. I actually
Yes.
started on KOTOR 2. Actually,
Nice.
I started on
KOTOR's
KOTOR 2.
so good.
It was still a great game. Kreia, I think, by far is, I think, one of the most flushed out villains ever. Seriously. Like, cinema has missed the boat by not having such a strong female, complicated villain. It was a really great story all the way through. I played that game so many times through. every now and then, when I get a feeling of nostalgia, I'll still play it. But my first time playing a tabletop role-playing game was D&D with the crew here. I still remember just that we were trying to sneak up on a bear together with a bow and arrow. I was like, how do I do this? But no, tabletop RPG games, it was never really an option for me. No one really played it around me when I was growing up. And I think I would have gotten into it sooner if I had a group of friends like this. Much to Will's similarity here.
Yes. My first time playing was with you guys.
Aww.
And it was awesome. And I saw the light.
And then here we are. Kelly, go ahead.
I had played D&D a few times sporadically before meeting this group, but it never really stuck with me until this group for sure. It was just like sporadically, but the D&D campaign we did was great, and it finally sold me on it, which was really fun. The first, I think, RPG that I ever did play was probably Final Fantasy IX, and KOTOR is great. That's such a good game.
Do you know you can get KOTOR for your cell phone?
Really?
No.
Yeah, you can just download it from the App Store.
Wow.
It's so crazy. Anyways.
Let's do it. Let's jump back in to the dark, scary things that happened last episode when you all were talking in the hallway.
If there are no zombies, I'll be fine.
I didn't promise anything. I can't promise.
It was the asbestos that did it. Come on, Will.
So
Why do I feel like we're on now, like the murder at the Orient Express?
Yeah, this is going to get
I
bad.
was actually going for like Step Brothers when they're doing the pranks, and they walked in. And,
Yeah, okay.
he just died this morning. It was the asbestos that did it.
So you all, the lights go out. You hear the as the ship powers down. Then after a moment, emergency lighting kind of flickers and illuminates the area with this like bluish tint kind of along the walkways at the bottom and at the top. And there's this voice that comes over the intercom. Folks, this is your captain speaking. We've had a bit of a hitch in our systems, and unfortunately, seems we've lost power to our thrusters. Rest assured, though, that our capable chief engineer is on the job, and we will have the problem fixed as soon as possible. I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. Once we get this fixed, I'll speak with our pilot. I'll see if we can't make up for any of this lost time.
Nico's going to turn around to the rest of the group, and he's just going to say the first thing that comes to his mind. Anybody else thinking what I'm thinking?
What are you thinking?
Yeah, what's that?
Pirates.
I'm sorry, you all. I have to go. I'll again. Thank you. And
Who's this?
Luza.
Lisa?
That's Luza.
Lozu.
Luza, please, I need to ask you or tell you something important.
Is it quick?
Can you tell us what you know about the Vesk that was on board?
The Vesk. I think his name is. I mean, he's just a passenger. That's about it. His name is Trostanek.
He is not just a passenger. He had something to do with Officer Algiada.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for bringing this to my attention.
Can I roll a sense motive on her kind of...
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
That's 17 plus 4. That's a 21.
Oh, you got
Okay.
it. All right.
Yeah. She seems genuinely flustered. She seems like this is not necessarily information that she is like looking for at this time, but she's appreciative, and she just seems very busy because now the power just went out on her ship, and she's the first officer. That's it. Thank you.
I am
yes?
concerned that this is something to do with Algiada and the Vesk. They were planning something. We overheard their conversations.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Wow. Okay. Look, let me just go confer with the captain. I need to figure out what's going on with the ship, make sure everything's in stock. Thank you for telling me this. Of course,
I suggest that we join you as you go to entertain the captain.
Are you going to the security room?
No, I'm going to go to the deck, talk to the captain. Thank you. It's okay. Please wait here. You all are the passengers on the ship. There's nothing to worry about too much. It seems like it's okay. I'm just going to go handle this. We can talk later.
Well, in the absence of security, and Dr. OK is going to pull out his syringe, tactical spear. We could provide our own security.
I appreciate it, but I'm not asking. Yeah,
Rick will pull his trench coat back and show his pistol. Side pistol.
I appreciate it. I do not think you are in any concern in any danger. There's no issue to safety here. Just please, I'm gonna go figure out what's going on. We can talk about this again later. Again, I don't think you'll need any of that. It's good to know that you are capable. I have been told that you're capable. So again, thank you. We'll talk soon. And she kind of starts to walk past you.
Luza, I have concern for your safety.
Look, I appreciate it. I'm gonna go. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Before she leaves, Dr. OK is going to try and
stab her
around in her pockets.
Really?
Heerz is going to assist
for an access key or anything like that.
Okay.
if that's a thing.
Okay, so as she's walking away, you want to pickpocket her. Sleight of hand.
I'll just casually bump into her.
Yes.
She was not walking in your direction, but that's okay.
I could follow.
Okay. Give me a roll.
Well, okay. I would have done it back here.
Okay.
But I rolled an 18 plus 5. That's a 23.
Wow.
Okay. 18 plus 5,
Well done.
23. Okay. And you were assisting with that, Heerz?
Yeah, but I have a 22.
Can you assist on sleight of hand?
Well done. Rolling high.
Okay. So you would add 2, so that's a 25. Yeah. So you reach in, you are able to reach into her pocket as she kind of starts to leave. She doesn't seem to notice. You don't feel any access key.
Shucks.
Damn.
Okay.
And she walks away.
She didn't have anything on her.
Nico's going to look over at Dr. OK. Not even an access key?
Maybe they use biometrics.
If you all... I'm sorry about this situation, Song starts to address you. If you all want to come in, we can have breakfast. Please come in. And Song turns to walk in.
That's all right. I'm okay. That's okay.
I would
Nico's
like to
gonna-
check engineering.
Nico's going to start to wander this way a little bit.
Excuse me. Song walks into the cafeteria. Excuse me, Nico, could you hold on for a second? It's the professor in the back. Could I talk to all of you in my quarters?
No.
Is that okay? Come on, here.
Of course, Professor.
All right, Professor.
Yes.
As you wish, just so long as you got the whiskey in your room.
I'm not much of a drinker these days, but I will certainly enjoy it. I won't begrudge anyone who wants to partake. So you walk in.
Oh, whoa.
He sits down on his bed. Are you not coming in, Nico?
I came in.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry. I couldn't click on
That's
my
okay.
dude for a second.
Professor Benjamin sits on the bed. Brow kind of creases. Concerned. Kind of looks a little older than his maybe graying hair suggests.
Nico got a 20 on his sense motive. I'm trying to read him to see if he's worried for a reason or just kind of wildly worried. If his concern seems focused based off his body expressions or if it's just general panic.
I'm going to let you know that after I say everything because he hasn't said anything.
Okay.
He generally he sits down. His brow kind of creases, kind of fumbles with like a pen. He's got a little pen in his hand. I don't know if
if you're concerned about events on board. But the disappearance of the security chief, this loss of thrusters, it's left me a little uneasy. Maybe it's just the events from the cube last night lingering. I don't. That was a little jarring, but you all were there. You all were so helpful. But I can't help but think: are these events connected? Maybe I'm just being overly cautious. But look, I'm transporting a valuable relic, and I can't dismiss these things as mere coincidence. What if someone has disabled the ship? They've put the security chief out of commission to steal my cargo.
Professor,
Kind of removes his spectacles here. I hate to ask this, but given how you've handled the mishap with the broken containment box, fumbles now with his spectacles, would you all be willing to do me a personal favor and look into this security chief? You all seemed like I don't know, maybe I don't know what your take was, but I can pay you. I can pay you once we reach Absalom. I'm not sure how interested you were, but I can pay you once we reestablish connections. I can do it.
Professor, I believe that the security officer might be involved in this attempted hijacking.
Okay. How so?
Let's just call it android intuition.
What
And
Rick
it's-
means is
The probabilities look good.
we overheard some things that might appear as though she's connected.
Okay. All right.
I think we need to take some precautions. Perhaps we could apply a bit of misdirection. Do you have this item on you?
The relic? No.
Where is the relic?
What is the relic?
I'm keeping it in the cargo hold. It is.
Professor, I suggest we go to the cargo hold immediately.
Look, no, I am worried. You see that I am not that capable. Look,
Professor,
Nico, you can tell that he's really nervous about this relic. And you can tell in general that when Rick brought up Algiata, that he really seemed concerned. And you can tell that when he said it was in the cargo hold, that he did so pretty reluctantly. But the way he said it, you can tell that maybe he's not really willing to say exactly. Like, he really doesn't want to impart any of this information or say anything about it.
and all right, I'm going to roll something real quick here, and I'm going to follow up here. That's going to be a 17-10 plus 7.
On what?
17, 10 plus
No,
7? What does
10
that even
plus
mean?
17
10 plus the 17 total, 10 plus
Okay.
7.
On what?
That's a diplomacy check, and this is what he's going to say for it. Is just going to be like, Professor, what do we know that you're not telling us? First of all, I want to know who you're transporting this relic for. Is this relic of the nature of weaponry? And 3, who do you know that might want this? I have a pretty good idea that you were worried about a very specific group.
I'm not worried about any group. I'm worried about the relic. I don't really want to talk about it right now. I'm worried about it. I'm asking you all if you could please just look into this disappearance. That's it.
Professor.
You don't need to protect the relic. It's per se. I just trying to make sure that
I'm not so inclined to help someone who won't be straightforward with us.
I think it's just better that I don't.
Look, I don't lift my blaster unless I absolutely have to, and right now this doesn't seem like something I have to do.
Then all right.
Professor, I will investigate this for you, but I do think
thank
that you
you.
should come with us. I don't think you would be safe either by yourself.
I don't know that I'm worried about me per se. I'm happy to come with you, but I feel safest in here, and maybe go in and get some breakfast. I'm a little hungry. It's not so crazy. I just he seems very flustered.
I'm gonna roll another diplomacy check.
Professor, what is protecting this relic from being just taken from the cargo hold? What would stop someone?
I don't know.
Nico rolled a 16 total for his next diplomacy check, and he's going to say, Professor, if someone walked up and asked you to do the same thing you're asking us to do with the little knowledge that you're giving us, would you do it?
One, I'm going to say in general, we don't just want to keep rolling diplomacy checks to like try and just succeed. But I will say that he seems pretty stalwart. He's like, I understand. I don't really want to get into it. Maybe it's not in the cargo hold. I don't know. Look,
So no more diplomacy checks.
The point
But I'll do
is,
intimidation instead.
you
kidding.
can do intimidation if you want. That's fine.
No, Rick's going to take his leave. So he's like, don't worry, Professor. I will look into this. And then he's going to turn and shoot for the door.
He's going to shoot the door.
No, shoot for the door. Start walking towards it.
Roll for initiative against the door.
Do I got a high initiative score? No. I'm just trying to get him to talk. Because he's being very cagey about all this.
You literally asked him, like, what do you know? Where, like, on a diploma, that doesn't make sense.
Diplomacy is more like trying to convince somebody. I'm not trying to be diplomatic. I'm trying to convince him. There's a difference.
Well, then that'd be persuasion.
Yeah,
there is no persuasion.
There is no persuasion. But you weren't asking, like, you were asking him questions as part of being, quote, diplomatic.
Oh, no, you're right. Diplomacy is persuade. You can persuade others by to be friendly towards you, resolve conflicts and differences, and learn common knowledge or rumors floating around a settlement.
Yeah. I'm not just trying to roll until I succeed. I'm just trying different avenues.
You literally just asked him, like, where are you taking this? Who are you taking it to?
I didn't even get who he's taking it on behalf of, which I thought would be...
exactly. It's not a diplomatic check, though.
Wouldn't that be a diplomatic check?
No.
It is a diplomatic check.
Yeah, so it would be a diplomacy check to try and like change his
mind.
Yeah, about doing it. And
it also has gather information. You can use diplomacy to gather information about a specific topic or individual. And then the information sought DC this would probably be obscure or secret knowledge, prominent or well-known knowledge. Oh, but that's like for an area, not I don't know. There's like the point is, list.
Yeah. No, this is something good. And I think it's just important to say that, Kelly, are you trying to say something?
In a bit. I'm good.
Okay, sorry. There is the case that you cannot get all information that you want from people. Sometimes it is you didn't meet a DC. Sometimes it is they are just not willing to do it. You know, it's like there are times when like that just won't be said. That won't come out. So just telling you that's how you do that. Anyway, we can get back to it.
Before we go, I'd like to roll perception on the room to see if there's anything out of place or he's shuffled through anything recently.
Sure. Go ahead.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. You take
Plus
in
3.
the room for all that it is. The room doesn't seem like it's
nothing
like
out of
there's anything
place.
to miss. Not from last night.
His luggage isn't like different or anything like that.
No. So I look,
what a waste
Rick.
Of a 20.
Look, Rick 19 said that he would help me. I understand if you all don't.
I am interested for my own reasons about the disappearance of this security officer. Sure. However, I'm not sure about you, Professor Benjamin, so-called academic. Good day. He walks out.
While Dr. OK was doing that, Nico took out his data pad and he turned toward the computer console. And he's just going to say back to the professor, don't get the wrong idea about this, but if you need to get in touch with us for whatever reason, I'm going to link my data pad to your wall communicator here. All you need to do is just contact us. But that's not all Nico's doing with that. He's also trying to get a secure audio tap that's going on all the time so he can monitor the professor.
That be a bluff check?
That's computer check?
Yeah. I'm just going to say right now, that's a pretty... It's possible, but it's not going to be easy.
I can aid.
I'll assist then.
Anybody?
I have pretty high computers.
I have +7 on computers. I don't know
I
if
have
that
plus-
helps.
That's
Okay,
true,
I'm
but here's the thing. Do you all know that he's doing this?
No.
Right?
I mean,
So
Heerz is...
would you reasonably aid? Okay. All right. Thank you, Nico. And again, Heerz. So are you going to help me, Nico and Heerz?
That's a
said
24
that.
on the roll, by the way, for the computer's check.
Okay. You don't get an audio tap.
Okay.
You said that it's in the cargo bay, or it might not be in the cargo bay. So, which is it? Do you have someone else here helping you?
No, there's no one else here helping me. It's just
Do you
me.
have another one of those cubes on you?
I don't have any
I'm not in the
cubes
room,
on
so-
me. Yeah, I didn't think so. No, there's no one else helping me. Look, I just asked for your help. If you can help me, then I would appreciate it.
Whatever.
If not, then let me know.
Let's do it. Why not? At this point, we're just dawdling. Come on, Nico.
Sorry,
All right.
what?
So Nico's going to walk out now.
I will be completely honest with you, Nick, and tell you that you did not meet the DC that I had for this. You were close, but you did not meet the DC. So that's a real thing. Just saying. All right, so you all leave.
Well, as soon as Rick and as soon as Dr. OK comes out into the hallway, and the other two were still inside, Rick is going to turn to Dr. OK and say, like, I think we should head down to that cargo bay.
Or we should check this Visk out.
That is also a good idea.
Nico turns around to the group. He's like, I think the first thing we should do is we need more information. I'm not comfortable doing any of this. I think the first place we should go is to the security room and try to get some sort of a tap and see what kind of eyes and ears that we can get on the place.
I don't mean to step on your toes. And he looks down and like pulls his foot kind of away from your feet because he's awkward. But he says, but we, Dr. OK and I, we overheard this conversation, and I am convinced that there is something malicious going on here. Your security cameras are not going to help you. I tried to explain this to you last night, but you were intoxicated.
Guilty as charged on that bit.
You were pretty wasted.
Yes.
And with that, he reaches forward and pushes the doorbell
He
Also,
pushes the doorbell on.
on the Vesk's room.
Okay.
Nico does call back over to Rick's shoulder, though you had to admit it is a very wild story and not easily believed on the first pass.
He looks you in the eye and then pushes the doorbell again.
Bing. Nothing happens.
Can I hack it?
Yeah.
Can you hack it?
How would we break this door open without?
Nico will roll a computer check.
Manipulate.
You
Can I use a manipulate
so here's the
module?
thing. So you can either give me an engineering check or you can give me a computers check.
I'll give you a computer's check.
Yeah, Nico's going to
I will help with that as
Okay.
well.
Nico's going to fail on the aid.
For being an android, I have no computer skills whatsoever.
Wait, you're an android. How do you have no computer skills?
Because I am a computer.
I got a 26.
You got a 26.
Here's rolled a 20. 26. Wow.
You rolled a 20. Okay.
20.
So here's rolled a 20. And
20 on the die or 20 with...
Oh.
No, 20 total, unfortunately.
so you did aid, so it's a 28. So you did a computers check. The door opens.
Rick draws his gun.
This room
Nico draws both of his pistols.
is much like the other passenger cabins. The bed, It's unmade, tossed as if a restless sleeper. But the rest of the room is pretty tidy, free of really any personal effects. You look over, there's a shiny hard shell suitcase that's tucked under the desk.
Nico's going to walk in.
Heerz.
He'll see it, and he's going to say, well, what do we have here?
What are you all doing?
I rolled a 22 on perception.
Okay. Are all of you in the room?
Yes.
I'm
in the
going to
room.
stay outside just in case he comes back.
Okay.
He's obviously not here, right?
Yeah, he's not in the room.
So I want to block the doorway while they go rummage.
Do you leave the door open or the door closed?
Maybe open.
Open. Okay. So here's, you were saying?
Here's checks to see if the suitcase is openable, just if it's not locked. So he starts to fiddle with it, looking for a lock.
Okay.
Does he find one?
Can we just like take 10? Like, is there anything that would indicate that he, I don't know, he or she, Vesk, isn't like up to no good? Like, is there any sign of like, I don't know,
Foul play,
foul play?
serious behavior.
It looks tidy. There aren't really a lot of personal effects around. There's the suitcase. That's about it. Here's, do you go open the suitcase?
I do try to do that.
Careful for traps, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Okay. You open the suitcase. It opens pretty easily. Inside, it's like a jumbled mess. The clothes are kind of shoved in. Maybe seems like it was just packed pretty quickly.
Got you. All right. So here's just going to
be getting on our way.
fiddle around with the inside and see if there's any other effects besides clothes. So, yeah,
Give me a perception check.
I will. And that is a 14.
14. Okay. You think that... Let's do this. If you take 20 on it, you can do that. But you might be there for longer. You see what I'm saying? Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So you start searching a bit longer. And in one of the clothes pockets, right, you find a little small gift wrapped package. It's kind of tucked away in an interior pocket. And there's like a holographic tag on the gift that reads, "From your loving wife," in the same pocket as a folded note. Dr. OK, give me a perception check.
Oh no.
21. 21 on the die. Or
20.
18 on the die, 3 on the
Okay. So the door to the cafeteria down the hall slides open,
I'm going to carefully whisper, guys, time to leave.
and Song steps out and sees you.
Ah, Dr. OK. Look, I wanted to apologize about everything that happened earlier. I hope everything is all right.
How can, let me assist you? So I'm kind of like trying to block line of sight for the guys coming out.
Okay.
Rick will step outside the door, like one step outside the door, because he realizes what's going on.
Okay.
Go's gonna,
but-
he's gonna fall.
Okay.
He's gonna.
Is there anything that you need? I don't. I'm just asking. Is everything okay?
We were just checking on
Just wanna make sure
with
that
the
you're shaken.
professor. We thank you for checking in with us. We appreciate it. My question is, how can Song see us in this dimly lit hallway?
Because
Well,
androids have dark vision.
Fair.
Actually, they have low light. Sorry, low light vision. Oh no, they do have dark vision. 60 feet.
Are you guys looking for Trostanek?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I think
Maybe. We were talking with the professor. Yes,
is the professor okay?
he's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
He seemed a little concerned
right.
about a couple things. You might want to keep tabs on him throughout the ride here. If you know
Sure.
what I mean.
Sure. Okay. Yep. All right. They seem like they're really trying to end the conversation at the moment.
Who's this Trustnik person?
Trostanek is the Vesk passenger. I thought that you all had met. Maybe you didn't. I don't know. So Trostanek, I think, is in the cargo hold. He went over to the cargo hold. I saw him this morning. He seemed like he was trying to go over there.
I see.
Yeah. Told ya.
Interesting.
All right.
How would one get to that cargo hold, son?
It's over this way. Points down to the starboard right side.
Okay.
Nico's gonna kind of hit the. He's gonna kind of roll his knuckles
Where
on the
again?
side of the door. He's gonna roll his knuckles on the side of the door for Heerz. It's kind of like, yo, get the fuck out.
So Heerz, what are you doing inside the room?
Well, can I not look at the note in this 20 seconds or so that this is happening, or?
Yeah.
Well, so during that time that you were taking 20, you did open the note. It looked like it was written in Vesk.
So a take 20 is, instead of rolling a dice, there's a take 10 and a take 20. I'll have to read up again about what it means fully. But a take 20 means that you succeed, but it takes 20 minutes to do it.
Right. Okay.
Where a take 10 is you take 10 minutes and you can roll for half the DC or something like that.
Right.
And it's all on page 133, I think.
Yep.
Of the core rulebook.
Find your
But I haven't opened this package.
Yeah, so you're standing there. They started to walk outside as this happens. You hear them talking, and you are holding this gift package with a note that says "From your loving wife," and that's kind of just written in common. And then there's a folded note. You open the note quickly. You look. You see that it is in Vesk. So what do you want to do? You hear Nico rubbing his
rolling
knuckles
my
on
knuckles,
the
rolling
door.
them.
Right.
It's like a,
So there's also an object, right? So like a wrapped object. So Heerz pockets that wrapped object and takes the note in Vesk.
Okay.
Well, he takes everything because he might as well at this point.
Okay. So
fucking robbed him.
Okay. And then
Will,
what
the
do you do
thief.
with the suitcase?
He zips it back up and then proceeds to walk out.
Puts it back in his place?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you walk out. Dr. OK, you're up there talking with Song. Song is
I'm trying to
talking
distract
to you.
Song. Where exactly is this cargo hold?
So he turns to the left, right, and says, it's actually it's right down there.
How would I get there? Is there a corridor that I follow, or stairs I take, or?
Yeah, just go ahead and turn around the corner. There are 2 cargo holds, but I think he's in the. He said he was going to do some work or something. I think he's in the right one. Anyway,
Is he not? It's
again,
not next to the gymnasium, obviously.
it's past the gymnasium. Actually, you start walking,
Oh,
and
I see.
and yeah,
Thank
you get past
so
it.
much.
I'll say that even in the dim light, even with all that, they say, "Is everything okay?" I just
Well,
I don't
mean,
believe
the
so.
power's out.
Exactly.
yeah. Okay.
just and Nico's gonna roll back and call back over his shoulder. Just make sure you keep close tabs on the professor over there. He didn't look too good.
Dr. OK, Nico, give me a
Bluff check for what?
yeah.
Why are they bluffing?
Yeah, what am I bluffing?
Because so you're bluffing because you all walked out of Trostanek's room.
I didn't go in it.
While that's true, but then you started walking forward. They can see you coming down the hallway, so then you decided to move forward, talk to them, trying to distract them from what was really going
maybe.
on, right?
Yeah.
So this is a bluff check to see whether
I rolled a 17.
you rolled a 17. Nico, would you
That's
roll?
a 12 plus 6. That's an 18 for me.
They don't seem to be suspicious at all, or if they aren't showing it, and they likely don't care. You can tell from the tone of the past couple of remarks from them that they seem to be very busy and they want to keep moving on. So they probably started talking to you out of common courtesy and possibly even just to make sure that everything was all right with the passengers, right? Song is just like busy and is like, all right, great, thanks. I just meant to ask you. No need to keep talking further.
How
It's
are
going
you
to their-
getting along without powers? So
I'm doing all right. Hopefully it'll kind of come up here soon. We'll see.
So,
We'll see.
Have you seen the goblins since the power's gone out?
Nope. I have not. And frankly, I don't want to see them anymore. I'd be happy if I didn't ever see them again on this trip. But again, I want to serve them. That stays between you and me, obviously.
Well, I'm glad you're back to fighting your own battles. So Let's carry on, gents.
You know,
Nico's gonna laugh.
I'm going to remember that, Doctor, okay?
I'm sorry for
I'm gonna
busting
remember
your
that.
chops.
Okay. All right. It's
Thanks
over there.
for the
Take care,
salt
y'all.
on my food last night.
Nico's gonna laugh. He's like,
I didn't put salt on your food. I did not put salt on your food. To be fair, there was food there that was not salted. That was totally fine. But maybe tonight there will be some. And he leaves. Oh,
That
Wow.
sounds like a threat.
that sounds like someone being salty.
roll for initiative.
Yeah.
That sounds like someone being salty.
Well done, Nick.
Yep.
So,
Can't believe no one else got to that one.
you all
That was good.
start walking down the hall. You pass door after door. You pass some ladders going up and down. At the far end of the hall, maybe 20 feet, you see that the hallway curves off to the right. And as it starts to curve off to the right, you see it kind of curves at a 45 degree and then comes back straight. Dead ends. And there are two sets of doors. One further ahead, maybe, 40, 30 feet ahead. And then one right around the corner as you walked in. What do you all do?
What's around this corner?
The wall comes together there. That's the end. There's no corner there. Yeah.
Is like the front of the ship south?
Heerz will listen in on the door.
Nico's gonna
Oh,
take his
wow.
both of his blasters out, and he's gonna look over at Heerz. He's gonna be like, "Do we want to knock on the door? What do we want to be doing here?"
I'm trying to listen, but
Will
I rolled a
the
6.
front of the ship seems like it is. That seems like more towards the front of the ship is where you are now.
I see. Well, let's take a look.
Okay,
Are
so
both of these sets of doors? Do they look like they go to the same place?
Yeah.
So it's two doors to the same cargo bay.
you would presume yes. Here's you rolled a 6
yes.
For what? What did you roll?
I'm trying
to
to
listen at the door?
Listen at the door.
Oh. Rick is gonna roll for stealth to open this door.
I will do the same.
Ooh, 17.
So Rick, you're going to open the door that's further south. Here's was listening at the door, didn't hear anything.
And I don't know if you heard, but I have my gun out. I
Okay,
just want to clarify that.
I'm going to take my gun out.
and Nico, you also pulled your pistols out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And Dr. OK, you pulled out your gun and you're also stealthily opening the door?
Yeah,
The door to the north?
I attempted a stealth check, however, I rolled a 7.
7? Rick, what did you roll on your stealth check?
17.
17. Interesting. All right.
10.
Let's do this.
9. 8.
What?
Nothing.
Open.
2 on.
Are we going to coordinate it to open? Should we do that?
Are you
Sorry,
trying
I
to
just-
coordinate
Breach!
and open?
Breach!
Breach! Boom! Boom! Flashbang! Roll for initiative.
Playing Rainbow Six, guys, next time.
Yeah, this is actually a Rainbow Six, an actual play of a Rainbow Six campaign. Surprise.
We're role playing in the role play game.
Yes, exactly. This is good. This is good. This is great. So you all have talked to the professor. You have broken into Trostinek's room. You have stolen some of Trostinek's stuff.
We
talked to some.
stole?
You have royal you.
I never heard that term. It's a good term.
And now you are going to investigate cargo room. Both doors open. And in the middle of this cargo bay, pretty vast, probably
Pretty Vesk? Is that what you said?
vast, probably like 60 feet by, the whole length of the hallway that you were walking. You can see large crates and some smaller barrels around it scattered throughout. Probably some extra luggage that people didn't bring on, maybe some supplies, some containers, general cargo. But the one thing to note is that in the middle of the room, you see across the neck, sprawled, unconscious,
Oh no.
face bruised, amid the shipping containers. There's a robot that looks like a humanoid wearing over-padded armor that stands near a large open crate nearby, and the lights surrounding its cardioid-shaped face glow an ominous red as it scans the hold. That's our game. Classic. Wow. Got him.
Hi, everyone. It's Nick Belcher. I play Nico Orion on the Will Save podcast. I just want to mention for all our listeners that it's perfectly normal from time to time to feel a little frustrated playing tabletop role-playing games. Whether it's the dice not going in your favor. Oh, that's 4. All right, I'm not using that dice set next time. Or the story's not going in your favor. It's okay to feel a little frustrated. At the end of the day, tabletop role-playing games are all about friendship. So long as everyone are still friends at the end of the day, everyone will always laugh with you about that time you got frustrated for rolling a 4 on an attack roll that has saved your friend's life. With that being said, everyone stay safe, stay healthy, and tune in next week to find out what happens next time on Will Save.